I seem to mess it up almost every time.
Maybe you just need someone watching your back. Like a partner.
Ant-Man and the Wasp, the new Marvel film. How many films is this? Anybody
This
counting?
is the 20th.
20th?
Yeah.
I tried counting today and I stopped.
I listened to another podcast and they said 20, so...
How high did you get?
It's 15.
Are you sure about that?
No.
When did you start using fingers?
When did I start using fingers?
Yeah, when you were counting.
When I started on one.
So yeah, 20 films, Ant-Man and the Wasp, the sequel to the original Ant-Man. What'd you guys think of Ant-Man, the first one?
The first one, I really enjoyed it. I remember when it was coming out, everyone was like, Ant-Man? Why are they picking Ant-Man? It was the same thing when they came out with Guardians, and people didn't understand why Guardians and then Ant-Man were going to become the blockbusters. Went in with low expectations and ended up really enjoying the first Ant-Man.
Yeah, same thing with me. I love the first Ant-Man. I thought it was funny. And it kind of, along with Guardians, we got that comedic tone that is now so familiar with the MCU.
I was really skeptical with Paul Rudd being casted.
You're not a Paul Rudd guy?
No, I love Paul Rudd. I just didn't want him to fuck up. Turn into a superhero, a comedy guy.
Makes sense.
That is yeah. It's
You
like
know.
if Will Ferrell went on to be like Captain Atom.
But he
That
nailed it.
Imagine.
I don't know. I kind of like that. Yeah, no, Paul Rudd is great.
His
I
comedy,
love Paul Rudd.
his comedy comes off so smooth. It's
You know
not
he's
forced.
49?
Is he
He's
really?
49?
He's 49.
Oh my
God bless him.
God.
You know what they say? White don't crack. That's what
There's
they say.
memes about that, like, everywhere. About specifically how Paul Rudd hasn't, like, aged.
Yeah, it's so weird. He's using that stuff that they were getting in the quantum realm.
Scientology?
No, that's Will Smith.
Tom
Paul
Cruise?
Rudd is so, like,
Get your young
charming.
old guys.
Well, how old is Tom Cruise now?
Tom Cruise is 56.
He looks like he's 25.
When is
Shout
he
out
get-
to the new Mission Impossible movie.
How dope does that look? That trailer. Can't fight the friction.
I keep seeing
I love that
stunt
song.
where he broke his ankle trying to do a stunt for this, right?
And they kept it in the movie. One day he's gonna die, and it's gonna be like Tom Cruise died on screen, and they kept it in the movie. I would love to see that. Be like some Eric Andre shit.
I remember we saw the trailer before Ant-Man, and Manny was like, "Oh, the turtle." The turtle was like, "I'm mad that this movie is gonna be good."
The Mission Impossible one?
Yeah.
Well, okay, so let's get back to Ant-Man and the Wasp. What did you guys think about this one, the follow-up?
I enjoyed it. It was like a nice palate cleanser after Infinity War because that was just so heavy and it ended on such like a sad note that this was just nice and light and it wasn't all cosmic galaxy stuff.
It was fun. It had a lot of action in it. CGI was great, and the casting was great. Great film to watch. And like Marissa said, it was a very, very refreshing.
She seems more intense.
Nice comedy, action. Can't beat it.
Can you beat it, though?
You can, but
Okay. Because
right now you can't beat
That's just that's the unbeatable formula for you.
it. What, comedy
Good
and
comedy,
action?
good action.
It,
Can't beat
it
it.
actually kind of is for me.
Okay, well, I'll counter that by saying you can beat it. Because although I love this film, it's not my favorite MCU film, and I never went into it thinking that it would be.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's like at the bottom of my list of
It's a second tier.
MCU. Yeah, definitely.
But
Better than the first two Thor movies for me at least.
How good is the MCU second tier? That second tier is stacking up.
It's
You know-
pretty solid.
Yeah.
Has the MCU put out a bad movie? Like a bad movie? I mean, they put out like above average, a little bit below average, but
I would say they haven't. I don't think they've put out a where
I
you
think
look at that
their
and say
bad
that's
movies are like
20
just
for 20?
good.
bad. I think they're batting 1,000, man. They're 20 for 20.
Like-
What's their worst movie? Iron Man 2?
Or Thor Dark World.
Infinity War? Yeah, no, but what I loved about Ant-Man and the Wasp is just the story. It was, we're going to try and save Janet Van Dyne, and that's really the story. And they set that up in the first one, that she's been lost in the quantum realm. And I do like, I know you were upset that it didn't tie into Infinity War enough for you, that you wanted to see Avengers 4, basically.
kind of.
Yeah. But I do like what we got, especially the end credit scene where Ant-Man is, spoilers, he's stuck in the quantum realm. But I love that story, and I love the ghost angle too, where the MCU they're starting to do this with every film, where their villains aren't villains. I would say this movie, I guess Walton Goggins is the main villain, but I don't see
I wouldn't
Ghost
even
as
say
a
there
villain.
I don't think there is a villain.
Yeah.
I actually think that's one of the weaknesses of this movie, to be honest, because I didn't really care that much about Ghost. I felt the movie lagged in the middle when they took all that time to explain how she became the way she is and why she hates Hank Pym, which I felt this movie was just everyone being like, I used to work with Hank Pym and I hate him because he's a dick.
He stinks now. It's just Charlie Sheen's character from Wall Street. Yeah, this guy sold me out too. He kind of felt like just an old man along for the ride.
Yeah.
Like they were just dragging him around. I think that's another criticism I would have, where he was so good in the first movie, where he was explaining how the Ant-Man technology works and he was training Scott Lang. He kind of just felt like a third wheel.
Yeah, and
for
he
Ant-Man.
didn't really do much to help the cause in the end, because Janet came back through Scott Lang to fix up the quantum realm, and Hope did a lot of all the heavy work.
Well, what do you think about the Wasp in this movie?
I love the Wasp. I
Yeah, she's
thought
great.
Hope was great. It makes total sense that she's upset Scott didn't take her to Civil War, or like didn't even
Yeah.
tell her about it before he decided to just go off and fight with Captain America. And the way they make fun of him for like referring to Cap as his best friend when they fought together once.
She's like, Cap? So yeah, well, that's what we call him. I do love the angle with the daughter as well. I thought
the daughter's great.
yeah,
Like,
it really
I
did.
believed it. Also, Cassie Lang in the comic books becomes a hero in her own right.
Right.
Because in the comics, when I guess, is this a spoiler? I don't know. It's for a comic that came out in like 2008. When Scott Lang dies in the comics and she takes on his costume and becomes Stature, I think she calls herself Stature. And it's just really great. She's part of the Young Avengers team. And we got a lot of hints that she wants to do something like that.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure how true this is, but I think there are rumors they're casting an older version of Cassie for the future.
Ooh.
Which would be so interesting, especially for like the next tier of heroes if they're going for younger.
I'm starting to think that Avengers 4 is going to mess up the timelines, where people are going to be older, or it's going to be an alternate universe where maybe she is the hero that she becomes in the comics. But that relationship, I think they have great chemistry, the two actors. I loved all the
She's
bits.
a great child actor,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
I love the magic bits. I loved
That's an amazing running joke.
Yeah.
It's just like, how'd you do that?
Randall Park as the FBI agent. I thought he was great. And I liked his crew better in this one, because I thought they were kind of annoying in the first one. I thought they were much funnier. Michael Pena.
I completely
Louise.
forgot T.I. was in the first movie until he was in this movie.
T.I. stays having his hat to the side. He can't be in a movie with his hat and not have it like this,
Can
hanging off his ear.
Can science explain that? How
It's
does that hat
impossible.
not fall? How has gravity not taken this hat and pulled it to the Earth's core? I don't understand that.
Michael Pena and Paul Rudd gotta be the greatest duo.
Oh, that's a good duo too. Yeah, they all have
They've
great
hit in
chemistry.
every movie.
Yeah,
The only time I don't hate really obvious exposition is when Michael Pena's doing it.
and I thought this was the best one.
There was a lot of exposition in this movie, I think, but when he was doing it, I didn't care. I was like, it's truth serum.
It's truth serum.
With Ghost's story arc though, do those kind of story arcs annoy you when all she had to do was ask Hank for help, and then they could have just helped her out and worked together as a team instead of being enemies the whole time?
Like Holdo in The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
That was annoying.
I read something on
Where
Twitter.
it was just so
like,
simple like that, where you can just say, I need some help, and you mind helping me out?
I read something on Twitter. It was like, characters making mistakes is not a plot hole. So maybe, I don't know, if you grow up your whole life and you think that Hank Pym betrayed your family, why would you ask him for help? I don't know. I enjoyed the Ghost character. I wish we would have got more focus on her. Got rid of all the FBI stuff with Walton Goggins. I didn't need any of that. I wanted more focus on Ghost, and I wanted more screen time for Michelle Pfeiffer as Janet Van Dyne.
Definitely.
Because she was, and when they all died at the end, how cool would it have been if Hank and Hope died and Janet had to fight with them in Avengers 4?
I thought they were going to leave one of them out there.
Me too. I thought the Wasp, definitely.
Because I was like, oh, she's going to be, like, they set up this whole thing. She was mad she wasn't in Civil War. Maybe she'll be in Avengers 4. Guess not.
Yeah, no.
I want to know you guys' take on if Paul Rudd didn't get hurt by Thanos because he's in the quantum realm, or if he just wasn't the guy to die. Because I think it's because he's in the quantum realm, and this is what's going to help beat Thanos. And this is why we had this movie, was to help introduce the quantum realm.
I don't think it's because he was in the quantum realm that he didn't die.
Because there is a time vortex in the quantum realm.
Yeah, the time warp, I think they called it. I don't know, because it's all universes Thanos was trying to wipe out, right?
I think
Or I guess does the multiverse not count?
I'm not sure. I think they left it intentionally vague, because I also was wondering if he just didn't get, I guess, vaporized because he was in the quantum realm, or it just so happened that he got lucky. I do think, though, like they placed a lot of emphasis. I think Michelle Pfeiffer said specifically, like, if you get stuck in a time warp, we can't help you. So the time warp has to come into play in Avengers 4, right? Like it has to.
Yeah, I would think so.
I mean,
and that substance that they were gathering within the quantum realm, what was that?
They
healing
said,
shit for Ghost?
Yeah, I think I don't remember specifically if he had gone in there to get it for Ghost or they were just gathering it.
Right.
I think he said for Ghost. I think he said the Ghost healing I don't know, actually. I know he said Ghost is healing, but I don't know what they called it.
Yeah, I remember
like
him saying Ghost, but I didn't remember if he was like, I came here specifically for Ghost, because in the context of that situation, like it's minutes before Thanos zaps everyone.
Yeah, I read a theory that at that point they called Hank Pym and they said, we're going to need your help with something. We need this substance. I don't know how they would know that the substance even exists, because it seems like they were just kind of working on their own. They were just doing experiments on a rooftop in the back of a pickup truck, or not a pickup truck, but a van.
They did seem also very relaxed.
Yeah, they were kind of just having nice Sunday science.
Well, it seemed like they perfected the quantum realm technology.
Right, it was just like an in and out.
Yeah.
He was going in and they were going to pull him back out, but yeah, I think there's a good chance, because a lot of the MCU post-credit scenes have become scenes in the next movie. That could very well be the first scene of Avengers 4, where it's just him freaking out in the quantum realm. And we still have to wait for Captain Marvel.
He's gotten out before, so it's not like he's stuck in there.
Yeah.
So I guess
keep thinking
we'll see.
The way he gets out is through a time warp, and the time warp just spits him back out into a different time. And I keep thinking it's going to be Captain Marvel.
He just shows up in the 90s.
He's not confirmed for the Captain Marvel movie, right? Like, we have no idea if he's going to be in that.
Easily can be in that movie.
I'm thinking if he doesn't appear in the Captain Marvel movie, maybe he's like an end credit scene for Captain Marvel, and then he shows up in Avengers with Captain Marvel. But again, I have no idea how this would happen, but the time warp has to come into play somehow.
Marvel's too nice with the CGI now. They just flex on everyone.
The quantum realm looks so good.
It did. It looked like the quantum realm from the first one, which also looked great. I mean, you didn't really have to upgrade it. That's the thing.
I didn't see the movie in 3D, but I feel like it probably looks sick in 3D. The quantum realm. Or
hate
IMAX.
3D.
Probably looks sick in IMAX.
I really hate 3D.
Yeah, I'm not a big 3-dizzle guy.
Me either,
I'm
but
too
sometimes
dizzle.
there's some movies where you can tell there are certain scenes that were created for
I
the
heard
3D.
the first one was really good in 3D.
I didn't see that one in 3D.
The only
either.
3D movie that I think was ever worth it is Avatar.
Really?
Yes.
Still haven't
The
seen
blue
that.
people?
You haven't seen Avatar?
Watched the first half and fell asleep. Well,
Okay.
that was when
When did that
actually
come out?
recently.
2009?
2009.
I was in like 7th grade when that movie
Don't
came
spoil
out.
it.
What do you mean? Don't spoil
To be
Avatar.
honest, you know how there's that
9 years.
You know that joke that's like people can't remember what happened in Avatar?
Oh yeah, I have no idea what happened in that movie.
I remember watching it. I can't tell you what happened.
remember when he
beyond
gets
the blue people.
The dragon, when he has to like match the tail to the head of the dragon.
I just remember Zoe Saldana is in it, and
my way, people, my way.
and what's her name?
Sigourney Weaver.
Sigourney Weaver. Yeah,
Is it Sigourney or Sigourney?
I have no idea.
I feel like Sigourney works better than Sigourney.
I think of Finding Dory when it's like, "Hello, I'm Sigourney Weaver."
I'm Sigourney. Oh, so now you're Gorney.
Gorney.
You started Gurney,
Sigourney.
now you're Gorney.
There's that OU. I feel like it has to be Gore.
It has to be Gore, right?
Sigourney.
But you went with Gurney first.
Sigourney. I could just copy what you said. You said Sigourney.
What the hell are you two talking about? Too serious?
Hold on. You gave her wings?
And blasters.
So I take it you didn't have that tech available for me.
No, I did.
All right, guys, that's our Ant-Man and the Wasp review. I hope you enjoyed it. I'd like to thank my panelists, Marissa and Teddy, for joining me. And we'll be back in the near future, reviewing every Marvel movie till the end of time, because they're just never going to stop until they own everything. They already own our asses. Hey guys, thank you for watching this video, and before we go, I want to quickly thank our Patreon supporters. Without your support, we wouldn't be able to grow and evolve as a channel, so thank you for your generous pledges. If you are interested in supporting our channel through Patreon, visit www.patreon.com/nerdsoup, and you can see the different rewards we offer to our Patreon supporters. T-shirts, mugs, stickers, access to our behind-the-scenes video, and more. Thanks again for watching this video, and make sure you like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Or dislike, don't share, and unsubscribe. It's a binary world, folks.